All right, so this is going to be an update on the Arrma Notorious steering servo issue. So what I did is I bought a new steering servo. It's going to be the same exact steering servo that came out of the Notorious. It's going to be the ADS 15M. It's going to be I bought it off of Amazon. And like I said, it's just going to be the stock Arrma steering servo that came with the truck. This is going to be the specs right here. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the package. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it to the receiver, and I'm going to hook up the battery, connect the ESC to the receiver, and I'm just going to see if this thing works. If it works, then I know that I had a faulty servo before, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to check out other stuff. Maybe it's going to be the receiver, or something else. So like I said, the first thing I'm going to check is I'm just going to plug this thing into the receiver, and I'm going to plug the ESC into the receiver, and that's going to tell me if it was actually the servo, or if it's a different issue. So see you guys soon. Okay, so we have everything connected. I have the steering servo hooked up to my 3-channel receiver. I have the ESC hooked up to the 3-channel receiver, and I have my battery plugged in. So it's going to be the moment of truth. Let me find the remote. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I have the remote. I'm going to turn the remote on. It's on, good to go. Let's turn the ESC on. That's good to go. Let's see if it works. Oh, shoot. It's working. All right, can you guys see that? So whenever I turn the steering wheel, the servo turns. Can you guys see that? I'm not sure if you can see that, but the gear is turning on the servo. Let me see this way. Yeah, so this servo is turning. So it looks like it was going to be a faulty servo. So this is the original servo. Then I have the gears here. Looks like it was going to be a faulty servo. So like I said, I've had this thing for close to 2 years, and I haven't. This is the first issue I've had with this truck. This wasn't that big of an issue, or that big of a problem. It cost me like $53 after tax to have this thing shipped to my house. So now I'm just gonna put all this stuff back into my car and hook it up, and I'll show you guys the end result. Also, whenever I take my cars apart, I'm very meticulous on where I put the screws and everything, so I don't lose anything. So I basically put everything into many different small bags. This is going to be the screws for the servo that mount to the body. Then I also have the receiver box, and I have those screws. I'm not sure which bag they're in, but they're going to be in either this bag or this bag, and it's not going to be hard to find out because not all the screws are going to fit. So I have five screws on this thing that I'm looking for, and one of these 2 bags, I think it's gonna be this one, is gonna fit. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this thing back together, and then I also have 2 screws on this, which are gonna go somewhere. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep the old servo and try to rehab that to see if I can get it to start working again. And if not, I can at least keep the gears. Maybe I can reuse the gears in the future or something. But yep, I'll show you guys this thing after I get it all back put together. All right, so I just want to do an update video on the steering servo. So I got the new one put into the car. This is going to be the box for it. So it's going to be the same servo that went the same servo as the stock servo. So this is going to be it right there. So I did have it took me about an hour and a half probably to put back together, 2 hours. And the biggest reason is because The wires going into the receiver, they were kind of a pain. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Let me see. So as you can see, that wire is going to be the one to the steering servo, and then you also have the one to the ESC. I had to find a way to run both of those underneath the, right there underneath the drive shaft, so that the wires don't get ripped out whenever I'm driving it. So that was really a pain. It really was, trying to get those wires figured out. But yeah, everything is hooked back up. So I used the Arrma manual to help me put it back together. So this is basically what I took apart right there, the steering servo. And I also took this off too, the ESC. So I used that to help me put it back together. But let me show you how it runs now. So let me turn the radio on, turn the car on. So it's running like it's brand new. There you go. Let me see. Running like brand new. So I did. I cleaned it up as I took it apart. So there was a bunch of grass in the ESC. So underneath the fan, that I had to take just the top cover off. I also cleaned it up before I screwed back in the ESC and the servo. So the mounts underneath there, I cleaned that up, cleaned the bottom up. Yep, so that's it. So what I had to do is I had to buy a whole new servo and install it. I bought the servo from Amazon for a total of like 53 bucks. Right now I'm calling it a faulty servo, bad servo. But in the future, if this servo goes out, I'm going to start looking into maybe the 3-channel receiver, or other issues. But right now, I'm just going to say it was a faulty servo. And like I said, that's the only repair I've had to do on this truck. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, leave them below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.